Hey Bears fans, we're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved Chicago Bears. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. That way, you'll always stay up to date with breaking news and exclusive content. The NFL world is buzzing today with one of the most shocking and talked about trades in recent memory, as Myles Garrett, the unstoppable defensive force, has officially been traded from the Cleveland Browns to the Chicago Bears. This move has fans across the league scratching their heads, analyzing every possible angle, and speculating on the massive implications for both teams. The Bears, who have been desperate to bolster their defensive front for years, are now catapulted into a new era of defensive dominance, and the energy in Chicago is palpable. For Browns fans, the reaction is mixed. Some are heartbroken, as Garrett has been the face of the franchise's defense for years, a relentless pass rusher whose presence demanded respect and changed games instantly. Analysts are dissecting every detail, from the draft picks exchange to potential players included in the deal, trying to understand the long-term strategy behind this bold move. Social media exploded immediately after the announcement, with memes, heated debates, and passionate takes flooding timelines, showing how deeply the NFL community feels about this seismic shift. The trade not only impacts on-field performance, but also resonates with locker room dynamics, fan loyalty, and team branding. Chicago's front office has clearly signaled that they are no longer interested in incremental change. They want dominance now. Bringing Myles Garrett into the fold is a statement, an audacious declaration that the Bears are willing to shake up the status quo and challenge the established powers of the NFC North. Garrett, known for his explosive first step, brutal spin moves, and uncanny ability to read quarterbacks, instantly transforms the Bears' defensive strategy. Head coach and defensive coordinator conversations are rumored to be filled with excitement and high expectations, imagining schemes that leverage Garrett's unparalleled athleticism. The Bears' locker room, which has endured years of frustration and mediocrity, now faces a whirlwind of anticipation and pressure to integrate one of the league's premier talents. The city of Chicago, already passionate about its football heritage, is electrified by the prospect of seeing Garrett wreak havoc on opposing offenses every Sunday. Merchandise sales are expected to skyrocket, ticket demand surges, and social media engagement explodes. Yet, with all the hype comes inevitable pressure. Garrett is not just a player. He is now the centerpiece of a team seeking resurgence. Every move he makes will be scrutinized, every sack celebrated, and every misstep magnified. Meanwhile, the Cleveland Browns are entering a period of reflection and speculation about their next steps. Garrett's departure leaves a massive gap in their pass rush, a void that will require careful planning and potentially aggressive moves in upcoming drafts or free agency. Fans are already speculating on who could rise to fill the void, whether through internal development or blockbuster signings. The Browns' front office faces a critical decision-making window, balancing financial flexibility, team culture, and competitive relevance. Analysts suggest this trade might signal a rebuild or a strategic pivot, rather than simply losing a star player, implying that the Browns could be preparing to innovate, surprise the league, or reallocate resources for long-term stability. Social media reactions reveal a divided fan base. Some mourn the loss of a defensive icon, while others applaud the potential for fresh talent and new strategies. Coaches and veteran players are likely considering adjustments to schemes, rotations, and leadership roles, understanding that Garrett's absence requires everyone to elevate their game. This trade, therefore, is not just about a player change. It's a cultural and strategic shift for both franchises, signaling a new chapter with endless possibilities and intense scrutiny. Rumors surrounding the deal suggest that multiple draft picks and potential role players were involved, with speculation that the Browns may have leveraged Garrett's value to acquire younger talent or future assets. Insiders hint at tense negotiations, late-night calls, and delicate balancing acts to ensure both sides felt satisfied with the outcome. Garrett's contract, salary cap implications, and potential endorsements were reportedly key elements in closing the deal, indicating that the trade was as much a financial maneuver as a football strategy. Fans have been dissecting every tweet, leak, and official statement for hints about the broader plan, suggesting that the Browns might be setting themselves up for a long-term vision while the Bears push for immediate results. Sports analysts are debating whether this trade represents the pinnacle of aggressive team building or a risky gamble with massive expectations. Every highlight reel of Garrett's previous seasons is being replayed, reminding fans of his elite pass-rushing ability, sideline-to-sideline speed, and the unmatched energy he brings to every game. Meanwhile, media outlets continue to speculate on potential ripple effects, from divisional standings to playoff implications, projecting how Garrett's move might alter the competitive landscape. The narrative is clear. This trade is more than a roster change. It is a story of ambition, calculated risk, and the dramatic unpredictability that makes the NFL the most compelling league in sports. Chicago's fans are not holding back in expressing their excitement, flooding forums, podcasts, and social media channels with takes ranging from ecstatic to hyperbolic. Conversations revolve around matchups against division rivals, playoff prospects, and the immediate impact on defensive rankings. Tailgate culture is buzzing with speculation about how Garrett's presence might energize the team and transform the stadium atmosphere. Jerseys bearing his name are already in demand, signaling not just fan approval, but a cultural moment for the franchise. Former players and NFL commentators have been weighing in, offering insights into how Garrett's skill set complements the Bears' existing roster and what adjustments coaches might make to maximize his effectiveness. The narrative emerging from Chicago is one of renewed hope, instant relevance, and the tantalizing possibility that this move could push the franchise into championship contention sooner than anyone expected. Yet, amidst the enthusiasm, there is acknowledgement of the challenges ahead. Integrating a superstar into an existing team is rarely seamless, and expectations will be sky high. Every practice, every game, and every media interaction will now be under scrutiny, not just for Garrett, but for the Bears' organizational ability to deliver on the promises implied by this blockbuster trade. At the center of this story is MYLES Garrett himself, whose reaction and adaptation to Chicago's environment will define the early narrative of this move. Known for his intense work ethic, charismatic personality, and fiery competitiveness, Garrett faces both opportunity and pressure as he transitions to a new team, new city, and new expectations. His approach to leadership, mentorship of younger players, and ability to integrate into existing defensive schemes will be pivotal. Interviews hint at excitement, but also awareness of the weight of the moment, understanding that Chicago expects immediate impact and transformative performance. Training camp previews are already featuring Garrett prominently, with every drill, matchup, and highlight anticipated by fans and analysts alike. The media narrative surrounding him blends at his abilities with speculation on how the Bears will leverage his unique skill set to dominate opponents. Ultimately, Garrett's story is now intertwined with the Bears' resurgence, creating a high-stakes drama that will unfold on national television, sports talk shows, and social media feeds for weeks and months to come. The NFL landscape has shifted overnight, and MYLES Garrett is the centerpiece of a storyline that promises tension, excitement, and unforgettable moments. The ripple effects of MYLES Garrett's trade to the Chicago Bears are already being felt across the league, as rival teams scramble to recalibrate their strategies and evaluate how to contend with a suddenly elite defensive front. Analysts are projecting that quarterbacks facing the Bears will need to rethink their timing, footwork, and passing schemes, knowing that Garrett can explode off the edge at any moment and disrupt the rhythm of an entire offense. Betting lines are being adjusted. Fantasy football projections are in chaos, and media outlets are inundated with speculations about how this singular move could shift playoff odds and redefine the NFC North hierarchy. Conversations among fans and pundits alike revolve around whether this trade signals the Bears' readiness to compete immediately, or if it is the first step in a series of calculated maneuvers designed to assemble a championship-caliber roster. Meanwhile, the Browns are portrayed as patient strategists, potentially leveraging the assets gained from the trade to shape a new identity, one that balances immediate competitiveness with sustainable growth. The NFL ecosystem, from coaches to players to commentators, is now in a heightened state of attention, as Garrett's arrival in Chicago is not just an isolated transaction. It is a catalyst that could change the narrative of an entire division and force every franchise to reconsider their defensive and offensive priorities. Rumors swirling around the trade suggest that Chicago's front office meticulously planned Garrett's acquisition, identifying him as the cornerstone of a defensive revolution. Behind closed doors, executives are said to be mapping out schemes designed to maximize Garrett's explosive skill set, from edge rush stunts to creative blitz packages that exploit his athleticism and football IQ. Sources close to the Bears indicate that team leaders and veteran defenders are excited, but also aware of the pressure that comes with accommodating a talent of Garrett's caliber. The locker room dynamics will inevitably shift, as younger players are inspired by his work ethic and competitors must step up to meet the new standard of intensity. Observers speculate that Garrett's presence could elevate not only the defensive unit, but also the entire culture of the organization, instilling a sense of urgency, focus, and fearlessness that may have been absent in recent seasons. Social media analysis, fan reaction videos, and post-trade interviews have created a continuous feedback loop of hype, skepticism, and speculation, painting a picture of a franchise on the precipice of transformation, where Garrett's influence extends far beyond the field and into the identity and perception of the team itself. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. From the Browns' perspective, the trade opens a world of possibilities, though not without challenges and questions. Losing a player of Garrett's stature is undeniably a blow, yet also creates financial flexibility, opportunities to develop emerging talent, and a chance to reshape the defensive unit in new and innovative ways. Sources suggest that the Browns may prioritize high-upside draft picks or strategic free agent acquisitions, signaling a long-term vision aimed at sustaining competitiveness while embracing a fresh approach. Analysts speculate on how the team will address the void left by Garrett, debating whether internal candidates can rise to the occasion or if external signings are necessary to maintain the defensive balance. Fans, meanwhile, oscillate between grief for the loss of a beloved star and curiosity about the next chapter of their team's evolution. The media narrative highlights the Browns' calculated approach, framing the trade as more than a transaction. It is a bold declaration that the team is willing to make difficult decisions in pursuit of a broader strategy, one that could redefine the franchise's identity, cultivate new heroes, and challenge conventional thinking in the highly competitive landscape of professional football. The intensity of discussion surrounding Garrett's move has also penetrated casual football circles, generating debates in bars, offices, and online forums about the potential impact on team chemistry and season outcomes. Fans are dissecting not only the statistical implications, but also the psychological and cultural aspects of integrating a superstar into an existing roster. Conversations speculate about how Garrett's leadership style, personality, and on-field intensity will influence teammates, inspire rookies, and potentially reshape the approach of coaches in practice and game planning. NFL analysts are creating detailed simulations, projecting sack totals, forced fumbles, and defensive rankings, while social media commentary ranges from celebratory to critical, reflecting the emotional roller coaster that such blockbuster trades induce. Meanwhile, discussions about divisional rivalries intensify as teams now view Chicago with renewed caution and Cleveland with strategic curiosity. Every pass, every matchup, and every game narrative will carry additional weight, as fans and professionals alike are acutely aware that the presence of a generational talent like Garrett has cascading consequences for the competitive dynamics of the entire league. The excitement, speculation, and scrutiny surrounding this trade illustrate the magnetic drama of the NFL, where a single move can redefine careers, legacies, and the expectations of millions. Speculation also points toward how Garrett's integration could affect Chicago's overall roster strategy, particularly in offensive planning and secondary support. Coaches are reportedly evaluating adjustments to ensure that offensive units can complement an aggressive defense, balancing risk and reward while optimizing game day performance. Analysts suggest that Garrett's influence could extend to inspiring innovation across all positional groups, pushing quarterbacks, linemen, and linebackers to adapt, improve, and anticipate the elevated standards set by his arrival. Meanwhile, in Cleveland, executives are believed to be exploring trade and draft options that could transform the roster into a versatile and competitive squad, mitigating the loss of their defensive centerpiece while embracing an exciting phase of experimentation. Media narratives are already framing the trade as a defining moment for both franchises, highlighting the contrast between Chicago's immediate ambitions and Cleveland's strategic recalibration. Fan communities are abuzz, producing video breakdowns, podcasts, and social media threads dedicated to predicting the performance trajectory of Garrett in his new environment. From every perspective, the trade has become more than a headline. It is a catalyst, shaping expectations, strategies, and the cultural footprint of both teams, while reinforcing the NFL's reputation as a league defined by drama, unpredictability, and electrifying balance shifts. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.